Now, as most of you know by now, I have railed against the Ivy Leagues for years, okay? I think if you send your kid to Harvard or Columbia or Stanford or any of these fancy schools, you are sending them off to be indoctrinated. They're going to be indoctrinated to hate their own country, to hate everything the country stands for, to believe that everything they've been taught their whole lives up to that point at 18 years old is wrong and backward. That's what's going to happen if you send your kid to these Ivy League schools. It's why we see them out on the quad in like tents and camping and wearing keffiyehs. That's what they teach you. That's what's happening at these Ivy League schools. And it's actually getting worse. I can't even believe I'm going to say this. Harvard has hired a drag queen to come in and teach 2 courses. The courses are Queer Ethnography and RuPolitics. Now let me read you a little bit about what is going on. So the drag queen is named LaWhore Vagistan. Now I've been called worse by some of my own family members. I mean, LaWhore, not the worst thing you could be called at this day and age. I think I've seen some comments that are a little more brutal than that. But LaWhore Vagistan specializes in performance studies, queer studies, and South Asian studies. What is with, okay, I'm going to get so canceled for saying this, but you know, it's a podcast. Apparently on podcasts, we're just supposed to talk. What is with all this South Asian? When did that become a thing? Does South Asian just mean Indian? Because Kamala Harris tried to do all this too. Like, I'm South Asian, I'm South Asian. Even when I was dating years ago in New York, a few years ago, I started seeing even on the dating app, South Asian, South Asian. What is South Asian? Does that mean Indian? Are you just Indian and we don't call you Indian anymore because you're South Asian? I don't understand. Am I going to sound illiterate and like I'm not well-traveled and well-read? But what is with all this, everything is South Asian, South Asian? It's like, what does that mean? Where are you from? So LaWhore Vagistan brags about bringing the nightclub to the classroom. That's what these parents want. They're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars at Harvard. They want to bring the nightclub to the classroom. I guess they'll be like, you know, doing blow like Studio 54 during second period. And he also wants to teach critical race, post-colonial, and gender theory through lip sync and lecture. All of that just gave me a headache. This is every reason you need to not go to college. Okay, I know this is controversial, you guys. Unless you absolutely need that degree, you know, you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, you do not need to go to college. Okay, go to a trade school. Go become an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter. Learn how to build something with your hands. Because all these kids who go and take queer ethnography and RuPolitics from this drag queen named LaWhore Vagistan, yes, that's a sentence that just came out of my mouth. All of these kids, okay, they're going to go out into the workforce and be confused why they can't find jobs. They're going to be like, oh, it's President Trump's fault we're unemployed. Oh, it's the government's fault we can't find work. No. You majored in freaking queer ethnography and RuPolitics. That's probably why you can't find a job. You know what I'm saying? You can't cry over spilled milk. And something I always tell young people, a lot of young people message me who are in college and they say, you know, I want to get into media and politics and this and that. Something I always say is, you are in charge of your own choices. You can't play smart and dumb at the same time. It's the advice I give to my friends too when they find themselves in little scandals. You can't play smart and dumb. You can't go to Harvard and waste your time studying queer ethnography and RuPolitics and drag and then wonder why you're not the top applicant to go work at some investment firm. Why you're not the top applicant at any other company. You know what I'm saying? It's because you majored in queer ethnography and it's ridiculous. Now I want to read you also, because we have this in the show notes, a little bit of where this drag queen's name comes from. So he, because it's a guy, says, my name is LaWhore Vagistan. My preferred pronouns are she or auntie. I chose Lahore because my family traces its origins to Pakistan. Lahore is an important city in Pakistan, and well, I'm a bit of a whore, the drag queen said. If you aren't pulling your kid out of Harvard right now, I don't know what's wrong with you as a parent. If you are allowing your child to even go to a school where they think this is okay, I question you. I question all the dads out there. I question the moms who think this is okay. I question the kids who sit in these classrooms and want to waste their time learning about drag in college. Okay? You're going to sit there for 4 years being coddled, but these are all the same kids who the day after the election on November 6th were told, if you are so upset over President Trump's victory, you can have some cookies and milk. We have a crying circle. You can go sit in a crying circle and have cookies and milk and be coddled like a little baby. That's what these college kids want these days. And it's why if I ever have kids someday, they will never go to the Ivy Leagues. They will never go to the Ivy Leagues because I think there's an inverse relationship now. You send your kid to an Ivy League school, they come out dumber. You send your kid to a trade school or the school of hard knocks, they come out knowing how to do a thing or two. They know how to screw in a light bulb and change a tire. Do I know how to do those things? No, but I know how to call and find people to do those things. I have a Rolodex of men who know how to change tires in my phone because I'm scrappy. But I'm just saying, if you send your kid to an Ivy League school these days, knowing all the indoctrination and what's happening, I don't have sympathy for you whatsoever. This is also a byproduct of this woke mind virus. And people throw around this term all the time, the woke mind virus. Oh, that's just a conservative talking point. No, this has really infected our schools. This has infected our higher education institutions. I'm really just even grappling with how to explain this. And people say to me all the time, well, you went to university. You went to NYU. You went to a fancy, nice school. Yeah. And I'm speaking from experience. It's because I went to NYU and I was in these classrooms where they made us go around for an hour and say our pronouns and talk about our life stories, and we're paying all this money. I'm speaking from experience. I've been behind the curtain like the Wizard of Oz. So I'm trying to impart what I know and tell you guys, don't send your kids to these schools. Don't do it. You also have, like this drag queen, professors who don't have your kids' best interest at heart. They could be doing drugs, partying, coming in hungover, still high from the night before. They're adjunct professors. They don't take the profession very seriously. And so I just think you're putting your kid in a classroom with all this indoctrination, with people who don't have their best interest. You have no control over the curriculum. I think there's a reason parents are saying we're not sending our kids to college, or you are going to a trade school. I've got to share something that seriously upgraded my life. My Aurora Luxe mattress from Brooklyn Bedding. Sleep is everything when you're juggling a million things, and this mattress has been a total game changer. It's handcrafted in their US factory with top-notch quality. Their top-of-the-line cooling cover technology keeps me cool all night, and my back feels amazing. It's no wonder it's endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association for spinal support. Their sleep quiz helped me find the perfect fit in minutes. And now I'm sleeping better and waking up energized. Go to brooklynbedding.com and use my promo code LINK at checkout to get 30% off site-wide. This offer is not available anywhere else. That's brooklynbedding.com, promo code LINK for 30% off site-wide. Support our show and let them know we sent you after checkout. brooklynbedding.com, promo code LINK.